On December the 24th, 2007, I went home on vacation and came back on probation. I went to the public defender's office in the state of Maryland, Baltimore City, and asked them to represent me. They refused. I got videotapes to prove everything I'm telling you. Social media for social change. Social media for social change. I don't have an iPhone. I got an Android. You feel me? I got an Android. That's the controller, Peter Francott. I'm out $250 million, my intellectual property. That's Chief States Attorney Marilyn Mosby. The date is 2016. Marilyn Mosby been knowing about this since 2014. Greg Bernstein, Marilyn Mosby, Jessamy, Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, J. Wendell Gordon, Billy Murphy, Malcolm Ruff. Making a documentary about the prison industry and the money you make. The new face of old Jim Crow. Michelle Alexander wrote the book. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to put the faces out there. Put a toilet in front of the Towson courthouse and y'all called me a terrorist. That's from 2011. Ghost from your past is going to open up doors to my future. You the state public defender. Gideon versus Wainwright means that you got to defend me. That's my right. President Obama, President Bush, President Biden, and President Trump. Social media for social change. I got 14 different letters and it's covered under the 14 different movies and it's covered under the Constitution. You feel me? That's in the Department of Justice, 2014. That's my Department of Justice ID number. That's Pam Woods from the Baltimore Banner. She used to work for the Baltimore Sun. That's the Baltimore Banner. That's Fern Shin. And that's the Baltimore City Police Department. Fern Shin had this information. So did Hassan Giordano, the 2018 Freedom Fighter Award, Shorty Davis. I'm an activist, I'm not a terrorist, and my activism is well known. In 1986, I gave you Malcolm X. In 2007, I gave you Ed Bradley. In 2011, I gave you Martin Luther King. 2023, I'm going to give you Thurgood Marshall. We're going to court about this. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Marilyn Mosby is under investigation for fraud. Well, she's going to be under investigation for a criminal enterprise, racketeering and fraud in the court, denying citizens access to the courts. Ivan Bates, your job is to send her to jail. It's Monopoly, the Cheaters Edition. You feel me? The Cheaters Edition. That's Governor Hogan. Governor Hogan got this. You feel me? Governor Hogan, Ehrlich, O'Malley. Maryland makes $500 million a year off the prison industry. That's $4 billion that Governor Hogan made over the last 8 years. And none of that money goes back to the inmates or the prison. There's no oversight or review of the prison industry. Fern Shin got this. Fern Shin did the story on me in 2011. The toilet in front of the school board was about the school to prison pipeline. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation cotton for cocaine, and you making our kids the cash crop. And you using your media to demonize Black Baltimore. That's the Baltimore Banner. That's the Baltimore Brew. And that's Kevin Kamenetz. Kevin Kamenetz got a file on me. That file that Kevin Kamenetz got, y'all need to play for the public and the voters. We talking about voter suppression. And that's the Board of Elections. Ex-felons got a right to vote. You got a job to do. You got mail. You can't use your position of power to protect the corruption. Your job as a public defender is to defend us with the due diligence of the law. In 2023, the due diligence of the law. I want a court date. I'm Shorty, the good in the hood, and that's my rat. So everything that we got, make sure that she tells that truth. She got a trial coming up. And that trial is going to be full of me, because I got a lot of stuff full of her, because she full of shit. I can't go into a movie theater and holler fire if ain't no fire. Scott Shellenberger did this. Scott Shellenberger got to go to jail. You feel me? In the Department of Justice, the Baltimore Banner, the Baltimore Brew, Baltimore Police Department, Governor Hogan, 2023 session is coming. I want exoneration. I want to be exonerated. before you leave office. Because if you leave office and don't do this, that makes you parties to a crime. If Blagojevich can go to jail, you can go to jail.